Yeah, been a great start to fall camp. Really pleased with the focus and energy of the first few days. Definitely building and been great energy, great intensity, great focus, great leadership out of our veteran guys. Our young guys have really picked up, this summer and continue to get better and better every day. From an injury standpoint, been pretty healthy. Unfortunate news with XT with the foot, out 4 to 6 weeks, but great news there. He's had a great camp. He's in a great spot conditioning wise. Unfortunate setback, but he's got the right mindset, and we'll respond, get him back early in the year, and look forward to getting after Georgia Tech here in a few weeks, and start transitioning next week into preseason focus on our first few opponents, and but really pleased from where we're at schematically. Conditioning wise, we've been good, staying healthy, and excited to see where we're at tomorrow in our second scrimmage.
Was behind KJ, Miles, and Justin, who's kind of the next group right there that you're going to count on this?
Yeah, Swint and Denhoff, they've been really having a good camp. They've shown improvement and growth, and really excited to where their game is at. They flashed Saturday during the scrimmage, and Kevin's had a great start, improving his technique, just learning the position. Really pleased for where Cade is from a standpoint as well. I feel like this summer he really changed his body and is in a good standpoint from a physical standpoint. Has really improved his technique. So excited to see those two young guys. And then Greg Williams after them, and Zaires had a really good camp. So excited to see those guys get an opportunity, to get in the rotation as well.
So is KJ running with the ones now? With XT out?
It's really a three-man. It was a 4-man rotation before that, so just it'll go right up until kickoff to see who the first ones run out. But all those guys are at a great position, had a really good camp, and really excited to see them.
What has Denhoff done to sort of elevate himself to where he's part of that rotation, I guess?
Yeah, he had a great summer in the weight room. Really improved his strength numbers, his flexibility, his bend, his get off, playing more physical. That comes through knowledge and understanding as well. Knowing what we're doing, asking from a technical standpoint. So really excited about him.
Is it good for you from a teaching standpoint to have the offense win some battles out here?
Yeah, no doubt. So it's always a good opportunity to teach and correct and coach, and never satisfied mentality, and always room for improvement. There's no perfect play. You can always coach and improve on something, and it's exciting to see them have some success. Unfortunately, and seeing their chemistry start to come together, their cohesion, and it was a really good day, both sides of the ball from a competitive standpoint.
What are you seeing from the linebacker group? Trenton's move inside. Have you seen the improvement there, or have you seen what you want to see from him inside?
Yeah, he's had a great camp. Still, from a knowledge standpoint, he improved tremendously from the spring till day one of training camp. Definitely all his hard work in the film room and learning the position, run fits, just knowledge and knowing where his help is. I was excited to see where he was starting out day one, and every day he's continued to get better and better. And excited to see him go out there in September and perform.
What's the biggest adjustment you've had to make since getting this gig up to
Probably just my deal is just figuring out my schedule from a daily standpoint, just how much time I need to allot to game planning, recruiting, that sort of deal. When you transition positions, you have an idea, but I'm such a routine-oriented guy, so just figuring all that stuff out and getting, comfortable and getting set in kind of what I do on a daily standpoint.
Did you get any input from any of your former mentors on how to do that?
I think that just coming to work every day to see how they do it, and I know what works for me. So just taking all the knowledge that I've learned from some really great and successful coordinators over the years, and just molding that to fit myself, and then just doing it how I feel is best for myself, first and foremost, from a routine and preparation standpoint.
losing X for 4 to 6 weeks obviously is unfortunate, but this defense has a lot of bodies to throw out there. How much does it help you guys, what you want to do, that you have a lot of talented dudes out there?
Yeah, definitely. So it's really unfortunate for XT, and he was having a great camp. He was at a great standpoint from a physical standpoint, but excited to see those new guys get out, those younger guys get opportunities to go out there and show what their summer of work and growth and potential. Let them display it out there on Saturdays for everybody to see. We see it on a daily basis. We see their growth, and it'll be really cool for them to display it for everyone else to see it.
Can you say what exactly XT's foot injury was?
So I'll let Coach Sweeney handle that. Just foot injury, out 4 to 6 weeks.
Is it his left or right foot?
I'm not even sure, to be honest. So.
And also, as far as the, he mentioned you can't say what type of injury it is, but with the injury, like, what's his state of mind? Since you've talked to him physically there.
Yeah, obviously, like anyone else, kind of down a little bit, but he's at a good, positive state. Life is tough, unfair at times, but he's at a great mental state right now. He's very positive and really excited to get back to where he was, and just unfortunate setback, but he's at a really good state right now.
At quarterback, is anyone that's separating there?
Corner, all those guys have been really solid. It's been, obviously, Nate is freakishly talented. Sheridan's having a really good camp. Fred's at a good spot, and Sheridan's improved his strength. So I'm all for those guys. And then you got Malcolm Green getting some really good reps there as well. And all three of those young guys, unfortunately, we lost Miles earlier, but Jaden Lucas and Toriano, man, those guys are well beyond their years, and it's been cool to see them get some really good reps as well.
How do you see the nickel spot kind of playing a role in the defense this year versus some guys that are standing out there? It's kind of more rotation.
Yeah, Barrett has looked really good. He covers really well, can blitz, plays really good zone coverage, can do a lot of things for you. And once we get the third down, Makuba's worked there, Malcolm Green, Wade Woodaz has worked at our nickel spot as well. So we got really some really good depth there. So all those guys could go out there and win at a high level for us.
What's the advantage of that position, nickel, to you? Like what makes that an important part of your defense?
Yeah, I mean, as much as you get attacked to the field in the perimeter game, like screen game now, and all the RPO stuff to the field, that guy, he's in charge of setting the edge and in the screen game, and has to play with great vision and zone coverage with all the routes you get from bunches and stacks and switch releases and that sort of thing. So you've got to have a guy that's really savvy from a coverage standpoint when you're playing with zone eyes, and then also having the ability to blitz them off the edge too. Some guys can't do it, get caught flat-footed or whatever. So it takes some savviness as well to blitz off the edge.
Have you seen any separation from just a linebacker position? All the guys competing for that starting spot?
Yeah, all those guys, that spot probably will go all the way up until kickoff as well, but Trotter has been really impressive and has really had a good camp. He's really productive in all our competitive work. Keith has been really solid, great leader for us. He's the vocal leader of the group, one of the vocal leaders of the group, and really proud of where both of those guys are at. I feel like both of them run out there the first play and win for us. Excited about them.
How has Trotter in particular improved since, I guess, the end of last year?
Just from a knowledge standpoint of learning the scheme, more so than anything. I feel like he came in as like an old man, from that standpoint. His dad being a longtime NFL player, just well beyond, really smart beyond his years. Just learning the scheme, where his help is, run fit wise, what safety we're using here and there, and just from a zone coverage standpoint, just getting better, playing with vision and that sort of stuff.
Well, you worked with Bruce Arians for a long time, and you worked with Dick LeBeau for a long time. Did you ever have a chance to meet LeBeau and pick his brain?
I have not. I unfortunately have never met him, but always heard great things.
With Trey Williams going down to camp so early, those guys behind him at Cape Horton, how have they performed?
Yeah, it's been cool to see them get the opportunity to get more snaps as well. You know, Cape Horton, he keeps getting better every day that he goes out there. E.T. Rubin is improving, and excited to see those. Caden Story has flashed at times as a young guy. You want to see where those guys are at when they come in from the summer. You know, where they fight, or they strong at the point of attack, can they move, can they bend, and really been pleased where all those young guys at. So they need to continue to grow and get better and become more knowledgeable as well at that position. We're really pleased with all those guys.
Wes, do you think for the defensive line it was kind of a shock for their senses on Saturday for the offensive line to sort of have their way with them? Because I think, as Coach Sweeney said, you know, they've spent all offseason hearing about how great they're going to be, and then they sort of had some struggles a little bit Saturday.
Yeah, I think it was a good wake-up call. You know, I probably could have helped them a little better call-wise as well. You know, we got caught in some movements, and we need to fix some things schematically from that standpoint. But it's just a reminder for everyone, pros are always on. You know, there's never a day off. You can never come out here with a lack of focus, lack of energy. So you have to stay intense, you have to stay focused. You know, I was using the example, you know, being in Arizona with Larry Fitzgerald, who's a Hall of Fame guy. Every day he was locked in. He never took a step back. And that's just the mentality that you have to have every day. If you want to be elite, you have to go out there with the right mindset, right attitude, right focus, right intensity. Have to have great energy, and you know, just a great reminder for all of us. You know, even if it's day 7 at camp, it's a Saturday morning, got dead legs, you still have to push through and fight through.
What's the experience been like for you and running the defense? And like, again, if they're having a bad day, that's a bad day for you too.
Yeah, definitely.
There's no hiding behind some other guys. What's the experience been like?
Yeah, it's been great. You know, every day is a learning experience. Like today, you call some defenses and you're like, man, that was a terrible call in that situation or whatever. So just continuing to grow, you know, from a play caller standpoint every day, going against our offense. You know, they challenge us, and you know, from that standpoint, and just always tweaking things and making it better. You know, whether we've done something for 12 years, whatever, 10, 12 years, there's always a tweak and always a way to make something better. So just finding those things, you know, something that got exposed on Saturday, you know, we get it corrected and they go win it's 5 games in the season. You just never know. But always looking the way to get better and improve and just become more knowledgeable every day.
How much do you feel like that you want the defense to be sort of not necessarily Brent Venables 2.0, but Wes Goodwin 1.0 defense?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously, you know, there's a lot of expectations and stuff, and you know, I don't necessarily worry about all that. I want these guys to go play to their potential. You know, it doesn't necessarily matter how things have done in the past. I want those guys to live up to their potential. Whatever our best is, that's what I want our best to be. And you know, I think we have a chance to be really special, really excited where we're at from a technique and fundamental standpoint. Leadership has been amazing. Accountability has been amazing. So really cool to see where we're at, and excited to go tee it off here in a few weeks.
Has there been a part of the job that has surprised you, or you weren't really expecting it to be like this, or just talking to us is the best part of it? I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. So this has been the biggest adjustment. I go from living in a defensive staff room up there, you know, to get all this exposure. But it's been really good, and it's not something that, you know, just happened in December. You know, I've been thinking about this opportunity since I even got it. Before I got in this profession, this is what I've always wanted, you know, a long-term goal of mine. So I've been preparing for this moment. I've had my daily schedule planned out for a while. You know, now it's just my time to go enact everything that I see from that standpoint.
So I think that Coach Easton was saying a few weeks ago that regarding Uzi, that he wants to sort of ease him in incrementally, and he's trying to make Brian understand, hey, I want you for the whole season, like whatever it takes to get to a national championship. Can you give an idea of his progression, just coming back from that injury, and what that's like? watching him and for him, because he's naturally wants to go full bore all the time.
Yeah, definitely. You know, there's always that natural progression. You know, Saturday was his first live rep since last year. It was NC State game whenever he went down. So just, you know, getting that live look. You can't, there's only, using baseball terms, there's only so much batting practice you can take before you go see live pitching. You know, it's just different. The speed of the game is different. There's a different intensity and stuff. So it was really good, you know, just to slowly build him back from a conditioning standpoint, you know, physicality standpoint, and just, you know, letting him go out there. We got another chance tomorrow to get, I'm sorry, Wednesday. Today is Monday, dang. But just Wednesday going out there and getting another live look as well when we scrimmage. So.
How was he done as far as the mental part of that? Like knowing you had that injury coming off and you're trying not to let it affect the way you play. How have you seen him adjust to that?
Yeah, no, I haven't noticed any different. You know, I think he's pretty confident where he is from a physicality standpoint, and you know, just ready to turn him loose in September.
What's it like matching wits with Streeter as far as play calling and, you know, guessing or whatever you're doing there?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of fun. You know, we go against each other so many times. I'm sure I have my tendencies. I know what he likes in various situations and so forth and so on, and then just being able to counter those tendencies. So I mean, we go good on good. You want to win the day as well. You want to help our team get better on both sides, but then you want to feel confident. You want our guys to feel confident. So he's a challenge to go against, and they're doing some really good stuff offensively, and I'm excited to see the new stuff that he's implementing.
From Saturday, what would you say you were most pleased with the scrimmage and maybe the most disappointed with?
Yeah, I always say preseason football, you either get exposure or exposed, one or the other. So there were some guys that, you know, got good exposure that, you know, needed some confidence and stuff. There were some guys that, you know, needed to improve, and a good check for them. And, you know, but it was excited to see some young guys that we count on early in the year, especially, you know, put some good reps on tape and stuff. So I was excited to see that.
With Pride, I know he obviously impressed during the spring. Is he under a different kind of glare now as y'all are doing more things and more installation and you're closer to the season? And
yeah, I don't think from a mentality standpoint that's really bothered him. You know, it's more that position. I wouldn't say it's necessarily easy to learn from a schematic standpoint. It's one of the easier ones. It's more of a technical aspect. You know, the further you get away from the ball in the corner spots, especially. So, but just, you know, improving every day on his technique, and, you know, he has a great knowledge foundation.
How much has Andrew improved that you've seen from him? Because a lot of people expect a lot of great things from him this year.
Yeah, definitely. He can do a lot of things. Swiss Army knife, you know, he can cover. He's got as good a cover skills as anybody in the back seven, in the secondary, can blitzing. He plays with great depth and vision from the middle of the field. A lot of things he can do and stuff. You know, I'm excited at where he is from a mental standpoint. You know, just challenge him every day to go out there and compete and practice at an elite level, and he does it. He shows up every day in the right mindset, has great effort, plays fast, and I'm really excited about him.
You got a lot of Swiss Army knives back there. You're planning to use all of them.
So, like MacGyver, I guess. I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see how all that plays out, but it's a lot of fun, I can tell you that.
Has Lucas done enough to earn yours and Mike's trust to, you know, throw him into a game right now?
Yeah, I think so. You know, he's got great length, obviously great ball skills, got great range. You know, just needs to continue to grow his knowledge as well. You know, cover two, whatever it is, 3 deep. You know, applying his technique in the right situation. But got great physical tools, and he competes every day. And I love where he's at as a true freshman.
Speaking of true freshmen, are there any guys, whether it be defense or offense in particular, that have kind of stood out so far during camp?
I think all those guys, I like where they're at. You just go down the list. I think they're all Clemson guys. They show up every day with the right mindset, right attitude. They can't ask enough questions. You know, they want to know, want to learn, want to understand. You know, they work really hard, especially from my standpoint. I got four new guys with Woodaz, Fletcher, Kobe, and TJ. And, you know, those guys, they just kind of fall right in line with my group, show up with the right mindset. They work extremely hard. Really pleased from where they showed up this summer with their knowledge. You know, they know the game. They don't bust a lot, which is really cool. They're vocal out there. You can hear them talking during scrimmages and stuff. So really pleased with where all those guys are at.
What's your thoughts on Tyler Davis this year? How's he progressed?
Yeah, I mean, Tyler's as solid as they come. Like, he's a pro's pro. Every day he's going to show up and just play relentlessly with great effort, great pad level. He's like a coach on the field. He could go draw up, you know, whatever scheme it is. He knows what the safety's doing. He's as solid as they come. And just, he's an unbelievable team guy. Always has a smile on his face. Great leader. You know, he may not be the most vocal guy, but he really pours into those younger guys. And there's not a better guy out there than Tyler Davis.
You mentioned Mike, linebacker, going down to kickoff as to who you roll out there first. Is interior defensive line spots similar with Rook, Brian?
Yeah, I mean, it's like three guys really vying for two spots. Unfortunately, you know, unless we get crazy and run 3D tackles out there, you know, don't never say never, but, you know, unfortunately, you know, that's just how it is when you got such great depth, you know. But I consider all three of those guys starters, and those guys are elite.
So I know you talked about this, I apologize, but back to XT, can you see a positive side of this that it happened now, and maybe that's a position of strength for you guys?
Yeah, definitely. You know, there's never a good time for those type of injuries. You know, just the work that he's put in to get himself in great shape. He's changed his body this summer and just been in a really good state of mind. You know, unfortunately that happens. You know, but getting back healthy early in the year, and he can be a huge, tremendous asset for us going forward, and hopefully on into December and hopefully bowl season, playoff season. So.
Sorry for the answer. What was the how did it happen, the injury?
It was a pass. I know for sure. He just unfortunately just the weapon. Yeah. So.
Can you tell me, you got two obvious guys coming into, you know, in the lineup there. Can you talk about the guys behind them and what that looks like now?
Yeah, you know, just kind of going down the list, you know, Kevin Swint, Kate Denhoff, Greg Williams, Zaire Patterson, those kind of guys, you know, they've been at a good spot during training camp. You know, excited to see which one of those, you know, gets the opportunity to be that fourth guy, but really pleased from where they're all at this training camp.
How's XT taking on this?
He's in a good state of mind. You know, it's a tough break, but you know, he's at a good spot, you know, mentally, and really ready to go attack it, you know, rehab and get back out there as quick as possible.
What's the biggest difference you've seen in the offense so far this fall camp?
They've just, their whole chemistry is starting to come together. You know, that's a really, you know, it takes all five of those guys up front to have chemistry and cohesion. You know, just the physicality and competitiveness of those guys up front, and then just the precision and timing. You know, we got great backs, great skill on the outside. You know, just you know, getting the cohesion and timing down. So it's been cool to see where they're at and how they're progressing daily.
Coach, I've seen you wearing kind of that like half zip, like half hoodie thing. Has that always been your go-to for coaching, or just since you've gone to Clemson?
No, I've had one of these forever.
Really?
So, yeah, different colors or whatever. So I need to sweat.
Is that probably like the go-to coaching uniform on the sideline? You think with the BDC? Is that?
Yeah, probably so. So.
Do you need a get back guy, or is that strictly a Brent thing?
I don't need one, so maybe he does, but
Nothing fluorescent yellow.
nah, if you can't see the purple hoodie, right? So I just go with the standard ball cap, it works.
Is there? How do you think you're just personality-wise, in terms of how you like handle your unit? How much different are you than Brent?
You know, he's got to do what he's got to do. I got to be myself. I'm just as intense, as focused. I might just not be as outwardly as that, but I promise you, there's nobody that wants to coach his guys harder and more intently than I do. And just always coaching and correcting in the moment, never demeaning, never just blatantly just showing up a guy or whatever. So just always coaching and correcting. You know, this is what you need to do. You know, whatever. Just always trying to coach in the moment, just knowing that you know, being a servant leader for those guys, just showing them that I care, always having an open door, those sort of things. That's just my mindset of why I got into coaching.
Coach, when we talked to Nate Wiggins, he admitted he didn't do everything the right way maybe last year. What makes you think things have changed with him, and do you have confidence in he'll stay that way?
Yeah, I think just seeing him on a daily basis go out and just be more accountable, and just, you know, it off the field translates to on the field just as much as anything, and just seeing him go out there and perform on the field, but also, you know, seeing him stay off of accountability list and that sort of thing, just every day showing up with the right mindset, you know, being attentive in meetings, taking notes, asking questions, being really engaged.
How much of that was maybe having a spot to compete for as opposed to last year? Was it just time for the light to come on?
Probably a little of both. You know, when you got a chance to get out there, you know, on the brightest stage, you know, your antennas go up a little more and that sort of thing. But also just as you get older, you know, you just mature. You know, everything's a learning process. You know, just being a freshman and just, you know, having to figure out things on his own and stuff. So just the maturation process with the opportunity to go play, it probably all just goes hand in hand.
Anybody else? Thanks, Wes.